Well, you know, if it doesn't fit, you know, some have said you should have quit.
And some say wash it with hot water.
No, don't do that. Then it definitely won't fit.
Then it shrinks.
Yeah.
Are you saying it fits because it doesn't fit because it's too small?
I think so.
This is good lead-in.
I don't know.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Out of Memory. I am your host, Christopher Hampson, and joining me is my gracious guest and also host sometimes, AJ Hamilton.
That's me. I'm AJ Hamilton. How's it going,
He makes
everybody?
noises sometimes.
Beep, boop, pop. Hey.
Hey. We're really glad that you could join us today because this is a very special Out of Memory episode.
I'm so excited.
Out of Memory, as you know, is a podcast where we talk about shit from our past that I guess we considered either good or bad. And we aim to take another look at it since we haven't looked at it in a while. We feel all nostalgic and tingly and see if it holds up either to the scale of being awful as we remember or really good. Like Step Parents. All right.
We judge it harshly.
Here we go.
So harshly. What are we doing today? Chris, why is this such a special episode?
Oh, right. Sorry. I know. It's all, well, first of all,
yes.
all these episodes have been extra special.
Super special.
For sure.
I love them.
So this is particularly a special episode because it's a series that you and I have been talking about possibly starting and doing an episode of every once in a while that has to do with people, more specifically celebrities.
Famous pokes.
Yeah, famous pokes indeed.
Famous folks.
Cow pokes and Facebook pokes.
Down on the range.
Okay. Down on the range in Farmville.
Yeah.
You particularly like it's kind of a weird thing because sometimes there is somebody back in I don't know, say like 1997 that was a top tier, amazing celebrity actor or politician,
the go-to guy
that we all got behind and supported, and now they're just a joke. Or kind of like a shameful stain on our memories. So we're looking to either scrub them clean or to repaint them like the Sistine Chapels.
Embrace
Put all clothes on those naked biddies.
And yeah, you know what's horrible though?
Do tell me. Well, wait, hold on. How about when you slide in gym class on like the polished hardwood floor and you get that like crazy burn, like it instantly like burns your skin off and cauterizes it. That's horrible.
That's exactly what I was talking about, actually. And you know who is the celebrity equivalent of that?
Of gym floor burn?
Yes.
Tell me, please tell me.
Sir Nicolas Cage.
He was never knighted. I'm pretty sure.
Probably not.
If a sword ever got that close to him, it would cut his head off.
Probably should.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are to think back to a certain period and not let our current opinions of him get in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, as we had described, like a top tier actor. Like he was in like every freaking movie. He was an action hero. He was a love interest.
Yeah, he was the leading man back then. I mean, it was. I mean, at the same time, Tom Cruise was a leading man on the side of him, and Tom Cruise has lasted like what 30, 40 years. How old is he now?
60, he's still
70?
30, 40 years old only.
Exactly. But yeah,
he made a deal with the Scientology devil or God or whatever.
I think he made a deal with the Ghost Rider that was played by Nicolas Cage.
The deal he made with the Ghost Rider was not to be in it, and it definitely served him well.
I mean, we look at the movies that he's been in. He's an Academy Award winning actor, correct?
Yes. I'm putting that as a thing we need to properly look into in the research phase.
I think he either was nominated or he did win the Academy Award for Leaving Las Vegas. That would be the only thing that I could could imagine that he would have won for, or it would have been
I'd put in my vote for like City of Angels or something
City
like
of
that,
Angels.
because
Interesting.
it was a big movie. I feel like that was like the Moulin Rouge equivalent before Moulin Rouge came out.
Yeah.
Of like little girl heartthrob movies.
Interesting.
Disgusting enough to say that Nicolas Cage was in it by today's standards, but it was a thing. It really was.
Also, he was nominated. I completely forgot this. He was nominated for his dual role as the twins in Adaptation, Charlie Kaufman's Adaptation. Which I
believe he was also
I'm
nominated for his dual role in Face Off, where he played not only himself, but also played John Travolta.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
With no commentary on that. No, I mean, honestly, in that movie, they don't do a huge amount to differentiate themselves in one character or another. Just like one's more pensive and one's more crazy.
Yeah, and I forget which is the original bad guy. Right?
He is. Nick.
Let's just say they're both bad.
No, John Travolta is the FBI agent. Nicolas Cage is the crazy guy at the beginning who's like grabbing the choir girl's butt and saying, I love peaches. I could eat a peach for hours. To the lady on the plane. Yeah, he's the original bad guy. Definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's awful.
Yeah.
He's unhinged, man.
So he is. Let's just talk about Nick Cage as he comes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he comes in so many flavors. And I can't say that he's like a stiff actor. He's not like Ben Affleck or Denzel Washington, where they really do get typecast for their role. Like, he's played a range of people.
It's very true.
All of them are Nick Cage. It's just Nick Cage at different intensities.
Yes, exactly. And usually it's to 11.
It
goes to 11. At least there are subtler performances here and there, but they always find a spot in movies for him to go to 11. To reach the full Cage potential.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
Yes, and there's no escaping that cage. Once you're in it, it's gonna get pretty mean. It's funny because all right, let's start with the good stuff.
Sure.
Okay. Let's try to block out all the things that we know now about Nick Cage.
What were some of your favorite movies to watch of his as a kid?
Okay. Well, I mean, as a kid.
Well, yeah, as a budding teenager, but.
Well, back when I was
beauty.
wearing my training bra,
I
would like the movies that come to mind, like if I'm thinking of good movies that he's in, Face Off, The Rock, Con Air.
Sure.
I mean that's him as an action star,
which
again by today's standards is crazy, but he was. And like I mentioned, City of Angels, like he was potentially a love interest. It's I don't know. Is that the weird like? Is it overflow from like the 70s and 80s where actors didn't have to be necessarily like attractive, they just like
the Dustin Hoffman of it all,
or I'm just gonna throw this out there, or like Bruce Willis or Bill Murray, like those were considered sexy actors.
Yeah,
I don't understand it, but
no, I definitely think it was a carryover from that, and it also seems like he was just a force of nature. I mean, he was a person who was willing to take the risks that some other people might not be at the time. I mean, I don't know one thing that I'd like to research is his training, because he clearly went to some sort of acting school that was just out there, not one of the typical ones, clearly, or maybe that's just just him.
Turn it up to 11 acting school for Nicolas Cage's.
I don't know, man. It was he brings something where he's not to be denied. I think he's people.
That might be the most scary sentence I've ever heard. If I was going to be in a room with Nicolas Cage, that is not the thing I want to be told.
I am not to be denied. What was his? Why does half of his stuff sound like Keanu Reeves, because he does kind of have a little bit of that sound to him, wouldn't you say?
He's okay.
Like
so
a surfer,
we were saving this for a
know.
little bit later.
Okay,
but
sorry.
I believe that there is a thing called
Okay.
the Nicolas Cage halo effect.
Okay.
Where he's unique. I mean, like there
Sure.
is no like other person like Nicolas Cage, but like there's so many instances where if I kind of don't remember, or it like seems like a situation or a movie that like Nick Cage could have been in it, I question if he's in it. Like, was he ever in a space movie? I don't know. It kind of feels like he could have been in Armageddon. He looks like, was he in a vampire movie? I don't know.
He was.
He already looks like a vampire. Oh, he was?
He was. He was in The Vampire's Kiss, where that's where the it's how hard is it to file something? A, B, C, D. He lists the entire alphabet off. And that's, I mean, people talk about, man, I could watch Meryl Streep read the phone book and I'd think it was interesting. Well, this guy doesn't read the whole phone book, but he gets pretty far through it. I mean, it is a very odd.
That's the movie.
It's an odd sense. It's an odd sense. So you're saying the Nick Cage halo effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it like seems like a range of movie or situation that he could have been in, like the mind goes there of maybe he was in it.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, he was at least around. Yeah, no, I absolutely get that. I think there was a time though, there was absolutely a time where he was doing the more heavy roles, like I mean,
like in Apollo 13.
He was definitely in that, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, but he did 4 movies in a row. He was like Leaving Las Vegas, The Rock, Con Air, Face Off, City of Angels. Then he did like what was it started, I think honestly it started going off the rails at Snake Eyes and 8mm.
Snake Eyes.
Did you ever? He was like a casino security dude or something like that. And then 8mm, and then there was like Bringing Out the Dead. Oh my God, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh shit, yeah, that's a good movie. All right, yeah. So let me turn this gun on you now.
Oh please.
Like, what do you consider to be good movies of Nicolas Cage?
Well, I definitely have an affinity for Gone in 60 Seconds. Great soundtrack, regardless, but and a great ensemble piece, I think. But he was oddly held back. Like he was oddly mild in that one, wouldn't you say? Like he got a little crazy, but and a little.
Do you think he walks on set and he's just like, "What actor do you want me to act like? What intensity do you want me to get to? You got to pick between 11 and 35."
Well, to be honest, he, if nothing else, he makes choices that no one else would make, like that
like Ghost Rider 2.
Right, well that, but in Gone 60 Seconds, do you remember the part where he plays Lowrider and then he just stands there for like 30 seconds on screen with his fingers up, and then when it hits a certain point of the song he's like, all right, let's go. And he's like,
why does Gone in 60 Seconds feel like it was
happened?
directed by Michael Bay?
It might have actually been.
Is it all the sepia tones and like the smoke effects tones, and like the too hard of cuts?
Yeah, the swooping shots and stuff like that. No, it wasn't directed by him. But I don't know where. Like, okay, in what else did I like? I think you and I would watch Face Off and The Rock.
Yes,
also definitely. But I also liked
The Rock has everything. It has Sean Connery. It has nerve gas. It has F-16s. It's got missiles. It's got Alcatraz.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love it, and it's like an accessible action movie too, because he's a dork at the beginning. He's a big nerd. He works for the FBI, but he's also like a science nerd. Remember? Do you remember that?
Is it in The Rock?
In The Rock, yeah. Oh, and then they give him a gun. They send him down there. They're like, "You're the only one who can do this. You got all these guards on you." And actually,
you seem to have a fair amount of flare training, so we're going to send you over to Alcatraz.
And stab
Thank
training.
God they did.
But I also
actually, why would that have been so bad if they had blown it up anyway? Was like the president's daughter a hostage? I don't even remember.
there were a couple of hostages on the island, but also they were aiming nerve gas rockets at the city.
Yeah. Oh, well, doesn't it make more sense to blow it up then?
Oh yeah, that's true. Just be like,
why was it so important not to?
Well, there were
just
like
to save Nicolas Cage.
No, there were like
because that was a mistake.
I think there were like 50 to 100 people there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, so another one of the movies that I really like is a Coen Brothers movie called Raising Arizona. And my God, he had some amazing hair and mustache combo in that.
I believe he's a iced tea proprietor in that one.
99 cents. That's all we got to sell it for.
It's a big can. It's a big can. Tall can. You can pee in it afterwards.
No, it's about a couple that decide that they want a kid and they steal a kid. It's really funny, actually. It's really
that is the quick way to get one.
Yeah, exactly. But
it's not hard.
So,
it's like taking candy from a baby.
So at some point, damn it, I just got that. So at some point, he kind of went off the rails, right? I mean, what would you consider some of his worst movies? His lower quality movies? Because I think these also came out after we were sort of growing up a little bit. I think it was
totally. We're out of high school.
Out of high
school,
yeah.
Yeah. I would say that Next, the movie Next, feels like his Geely. Next, for those of you who have been fortunate enough not to know what the hell that is, it's where he is a psychic and he can see, I believe, all possible outcomes of every situation. And basically the entire movie takes place in his mind. Like, it goes through the whole movie and then it like backs it all the way up and is like, oh, well, he gets now to choose whatever he wants.
So he's Doctor Strange.
Yes, pretty much.
Sure.
He came to Dormammu.
Good. I've come to bargain.
Bargain. I've come to Dormammu. Yeah, that one's bad. Season of the Witch, I think, is like one of the. That's a time where definitely he's like solidifying himself in kind of that like crap movie phase, like the Wesley Snipes level movies.
Absolutely.
But what about you?
I mean, like I remember The Wicker Man was a bit rough to watch.
Beads?
What's that? The bees.
Is that the one with beads?
No, not the bees. I forgot. I really like Matchstick Men.
Was he in Candyman? See, I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
He might have been that dude. He might.
Shit.
He's all over the place. No, I did like Matchstick Men, but what's it called? I really didn't. Bangkok Dangerous is a ridiculous movie. It's a real crazy movie. That
was around that time. There was a couple movies that came out that looked like the same kind of movie, and I just avoided it. Like Drive Angry.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I mean, there were a few years there where he legitimately had like 5 movies coming out a year, and it was like, well, I can't imagine that all 5 are going to be good, if any. So he kind of, I would say he's almost like one of those straight to DVD actors if he wasn't so high profile.
Right. That's the Wesley Snipes that I'm talking about.
Right.
Like, yeah, he is straight to DVD now. And he was, again, big in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that he's going to hit that like cyclical run? Kind of like, let's even take Tom Cruise. Like, Tom Cruise, big actor.
Yeah.
Kind of went into a phase where he, I don't know, did some not so great movies, and maybe that's not fair. Maybe he just like people had a bad opinion of him because like his Oprah interview and whatnot. But then he did some like kind of meta roles where he,
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, exactly.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage really has kind of done that, right? A little bit, like Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, the original Kick-Ass actually.
What, really?
Where he was Big Daddy. Yeah,
you're right.
Introduction.
Oh, sorry,
that was Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
oh my God, yes. They're completely interchangeable. No, I'm kidding. But I think he has, but I think he also, and we'll go more into this in the research phase, but he has some money troubles every once in a while. Like he bought a dinosaur skull, is what it's rumored.
Dude, that's amazing.
I think
honestly,
he
if
might
you
have
have that
bought
much money, why the fuck not? But
well,
I guess you don't
didn't.
because
I think he had to like sell an island or like the first
sell an island
or the first issue of like Spider-Man.
What do you think that island
like
was called?
Cageopolis.
No, I was gonna say Uncaged. I was gonna call it 11. Do you know where you are? You're on 11.
You're at 11 with me, baby. No, I think he would name it his Fortress of Solitude, because if anybody was wondering, yes, he was up for Superman, the role of Superman, early or mid 90s, I think.
Yeah. So was Jerry Seinfeld at one point. So
yeah, but they were just humoring him. They were like, "Oh, let's see how it fits." I think, hey, isn't this a Halloween costume?
Is this your Jerry Seinfeld?
It was trying.
Can I hear your Nicolas Cage instead?
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, no, let me try again. Is this a Halloween? No, it's I'm going into like
it's like the Family Guy
Jimmy
parody
Stewart?
of Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. What's the deal with airline food? Cut all of this out.
But I don't want to be a pirate.
Okay. So
she has man hands. Yeah, it's you want to give him a voice. Okay. He doesn't have a voice.
He really doesn't. So, okay, the point is, yes, I think he's made fun of himself for a little bit, but I think he's also just resigned to where he's at. He's like making a good living doing these straight to there. I just heard about a movie called Mom and Dad that he did that went straight to DVD, and it was something insane. Like he and his wife get some sort of disease that make them want to kill their kids. I don't know.
Jesus.
Does
it also make them like make the craziest facial expressions and like yell at certain times?
Oh, of course it does. Absolutely.
Good, because Nicolas Cage is perfect for that.
I mean, but like what else has he done? I mean, he did The Croods. What did you think of that?
Oh, I like The Croods.
Yeah,
I think as a voice actor, he's great. And that's not even to say that I don't like him as like an actor that I can see, but he did a good job in it.
Was he more controlled?
Does he turn it to 11? Yeah, well, yes, because he has to make caveman like shouting noises, so he got to do that a lot. Then maybe the talking parts, like he was tired, he was pretty subdued. But I think at some point you have to assign some of the onus to the directors and the writing.
Yeah,
but I mean, then again, he's agreeing to participate in these. So
well, and
I don't know. I think that yes, if he did some recent like film festival level things that had like amazing writing, sure, like he could have an amazing performance. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also, sadly, he has entered the Walken and Jeff Goldblum phase of his life, where I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but sort of the where they are a parody of themselves.
Yeah,
now
they have become meta. They know live the meta life.
They know what if somebody hires them, they know what they're asking for. They're like, oh yeah, so you want this? Is that right?
Do you want me to act out the meme in this photo that we're going to take together?
Oh,
by the way, the memes, I believe that we have to actually do a properly like a proper research phase here.
Yeah.
We'll come back with like the best ones that we can find, because there's some fucking hilarious ones that we almost didn't record tonight's episode because we were stuck looking at them.
Well, and I'm not necessarily like plugged into the modern memes. I don't live by the memes. So yeah, I only vaguely knew meme. Shut up. So I mean, what?
Yeah, fuck. How are we going to conduct this research?
I don't know. I think we are going to First of all, look up and figure out what is going on in his life currently. Okay. Let's figure out what. I mean, I know this is a little invasive, but he's a public figure, so let's say we also are going to look into what troubles he's had, maybe, because I think they were pretty public about, say, the money troubles or anything like that. Maybe he got in bad with a gang, something like that.
That's what I like to believe. Have you ever seen Bangkok Dangerous?
That was a documentary.
Well, let's also look at the high points of his career also.
Oh, of course. But I want to see, I almost feel like...
No one cares about the high points.
I almost want to put together a Richter scale of like grading points of being like, he was all the way up here for a while, and not a Richter scale, just a graph. Come on.
A Richter scale.
Richter. That's perfect. And see, honestly, just judging by critics almost, say, this is where this one landed, and see where he's at currently. Because I've heard that he did a couple of decent movies. I really liked it. This was a while ago, but Lord of War with him and Jared Leto was not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Jared Leto was in that?
Yeah, he was his brother.
30 Seconds to Mars?
Yes.
The Bad Joker?
Bad Joker, man. Yes,
Wait,
exactly.
was Nick Cage in Jurassic Park? But it feels like it could have been him. Maybe it's the scary eyes. Maybe it's anybody who has those, like, the scary witch eyes.
Well, he's been cast as a witch twice? Maybe 3 times?
Was he?
I don't know. 5 times. He was in The Sorcerer's Apprentice. That was not great.
I was like, was he a witch? Did he ever wear a wig? Wait a minute, was he in Boondock Saints? Dude, the Nick Cage halo effect, you gotta be careful.
Just bring it up, and he might have been in there. Just like I completely forgot that he was in Kick-Ass for a while. I was like, that's right. He was one of the best parts in that.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
And he was very subdued in that. That was a very, very interesting thing. But
it was the mask.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to look into
let's do that.
Like awards he won, where he is now, troubles, high points, memes. I think that we owe it to... We don't owe it to anybody.
Nah.
But what we're going to do is, I guess, watch a good movie and watch a movie we consider to be bad and maybe scale it that way. I think that might be the only fair way to scale it against our memory.
Just to see a range of what's going on.
Do we want to do the same good movie and bad movie, or do we want to do the ones that we individually consider to be the best and worst?
Yeah. What do you think would be the best that we would want to do?
Well, okay, so I think The Rock is a fantastic movie.
I think so,
I would prefer to see Face Off because I think there'd be some hilarious shit in it. But I've never seen City of Angels. I know of like the clout of City of Angels. I've never seen it, though.
All right, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it is good. And then bad movies. Ghost Rider 2 is the worst movie I've seen him act in.
Yeah, I would like to check out Vampire's Kiss because it's been a hell of a long time since I've seen that, and I only remember him listing off the the letters in the alphabet. Or we could do something like Next or Knowing or Drive Angry, one of the bad.
Honestly, I haven't seen Next. I know of it though.
Okay,
so maybe that is a good one.
Yeah, let's do Next.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
okay, Next.
I like it.
But we gotta really quick talk about Ghost Rider 2, where God. He's like. He's interrogating the guy and he's like threatening him to transform into Ghost Rider, and he's like, I can feel the devil knocking on my door.
It's such a badly written movie in general.
It's like, so it's bad. It's somehow still better than the first movie. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I do not know. They are that was when they were reaching down in the barrel, for I don't know why movies like that were being made, because other movies were being made so successfully.
Well, yeah, it's like I think it's whoever bought up the rights to things, because did Marvel do Ghost Rider? It doesn't feel like they did, because Iron Man had already come out at that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they were capable of doing good movies.
Oh no, it hadn't actually. It was 2007. It was going to come out, but like all at least a couple of the Spider-Man movies had come out, and those were good. Those were good, good and great. Great and
Do you
good.
think that they brought the script for Ghost Rider to like the council of actors, and they were just like, all right, here it is, and everyone's just like, oh god, there's silence, and then Nick Cage is like, I'll do it. I need to pay off my island. I'll be the Ghost Rider. What is it? I'm a stunt man, and I turn into a fucking skeleton on fire. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
That's me.
I can do it,
man. It's
I'll light the flares. Are there flares in it? I have had extensive training with flares.
Oh God, yeah. Let's not. Do we don't have to watch those, do we?
Ghost Riders? No.
Ghost Rider. Oh, thank God.
We'll do next.
Yeah.
And
City of Angels.
Oh man, I don't want to watch City of Angels.
Let's do what's it called? Not adaptation, but
Yeah.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
All right. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, fuck it.
All right.
I might end up watching Face Off anyway.
Yeah, why not?
All right, fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's
we'll come back. We'll be back with whatever we decided to do.
It's a cage match.
Oh, what? One host enters. No, two host enters. One man leaves.
I always win. I never nick a loss.
Damn it.
Out of memory.
Okay, and we are back, Christopher. My goodness.
That was such a ride. What a treat.
Oh man, I don't know how it's taken so long for us to do this this episode, this idea, but a deep dive into Nicolas Cage is a dive into insanity.
Can we call that something else? Also, we took extra time to do this research because there was so much, I mean, like morose enjoyment happening.
Oh my God. This guy has quite an interesting life and a body of work that, I don't know, we were...
that don't quit.
That don't quit. It's his scenes, his over-the-top scenes feel like an acting class. You know, like a beginning acting class where the teacher just said, really go all out. And he did.
And then he never stopped. That was the last class he ever took.
He ran out of the building.
I could see him going from a very pan face to his like extreme face, and it just never stopped after that. Oh my God. I enjoyed the hell out of looking into this. Every little like crumb of information was enjoyable or embarrassing.
All right. So let's start out with where this guy came from.
The actual man, the real man.
The man, the myth, the I don't know if you'd call him a legend. The man, the myth, the meme.
Because there are many like layers to Nicolas Cage. I mean, there is the actor as we know him from the movies. There is the personification as we refer to him as the Spectre. And then there's the actual person.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Nick Cage?
There is a Nicolas Cage way down at the bottom, but it's his name is actually Nicholas Kim Coppola. He was born on January 7th, 1964. That means he's a Capricorn, which means, according to the alignment of planets, he has an adaptive, charming, and hardworking nature. Does that seem to go with him?
If you rearrange all those words and then jumble them up and put them in a blender, that is pretty much, yes, that's what he does in every second of every facial expression.
He actually shares birthdays with Jeremy Renner of Hawkeye Avengers fame and Dustin Diamond of Screech and Saved by the Bell and for stabbing that guy fame.
Wait, what?
He stabbed
some guy?
He stabbed a guy in a bar. So it's odd because I don't see much similarities between any of those actors. You know, but Zodiac
as far as I know, Nicolas Cage has
not
not stabbed anybody.
That has come out. But here's the thing. From his last name, you may have figured out that he was born into, Hollywood royalty, kind of. Besides being his cousins being Jason Schwartzman and Sofia Coppola, his uncle is the director and wine enthusiast Francis Ford Coppola.
Ah, yes.
Yes, of Godfather and Apocalypse Now fame. And, of course, he directed Captain EO with Michael Jackson.
I feel
So
like
that's fun.
anybody that Francis Ford Coppola is around just goes insane.
Yeah, it happened with Brando.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brando,
so
Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
You could even throw Robert De Niro, Al Pacino in there.
yeah, they've definitely. That we should definitely do an episode on, if not Robert De Niro. Yeah, I think both of them.
I feel like our voices would be fairly skewed from doing so much Robert De Niro face, though.
You talking to me?
Just moles everywhere.
His parents weren't super famous. His dad, August Floyd Coppola, was a literature professor, and his mother, Joy Vogelsang, was a choreographer. They lived in Long Beach, California, and they gave him that name, but they didn't want.
They also gave him the middle name Kim.
Kim, sure.
Unkind. Oh, what is that? Is it a family name? I have to know what the reasoning
Right.
is. Even in the 1960s,
to
give a boy a middle name Kim.
Well, I couldn't find anything. Nobody in his lineage, even in his generation, has the name Kim. So I don't know exactly where that came from. It might have come from Joy's side of the family. But yeah, that's an odd. Kim is not a typical middle name.
Let's say that's where it all started.
There you go. Well, funny enough, it's his current wife's last name.
Oh.
So that's odd. But yeah, instead of sticking with the Coppola fame, which he definitely could have, in Hollywood, that definitely would have opened doors for him. But apparently he didn't want to. He wanted to make it on his own. So he changed it to Nicolas Cage. And do you know why he changed it to that?
Yeah. That was after his favorite superhero, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yes.
Created in 1972. So he would have been 12 at the time. Not that he changed his name then, but yeah, we'll get into his comic obsession. He's had a bit of a relationship. He's had a storied relationship history. He had a kid with a model named Christina Fulton. His kid wasn't named Christina Fulton. The model was, and that kid is named. I've lost it. Weston Coppola Cage. So I guess he gave him the middle name of Coppola. That's kind of weird.
That's so. Wait a minute.
Weston Coppola Cage.
Got it. So it's almost like two last names.
Yeah, essentially, but it doesn't appear that he has a middle name, so that's kind of odd. Also, his first wife was Patricia Arquette. I think you may know her. She has a famous Hollywood family.
I do, and I believe that the first day that he met her, he proposed to her, and she turned him down, and then years later, they met back up, started dating, and then married.
Aw, what a storybook relationship that lasted 6 years. So that was kind of fun. They didn't have a kid. His next wife was actually a bit of a royalty. If you call Elvis the king, she would have been the princess. This is Lisa Marie Presley, and she was actually she was actually married to Michael Jackson right before that. So that's kind of a fun little small world.
And then Marlon Brando, and then Al Pacino, and then Robert De Niro.
That's right.
Roles.
And it wiped off on her. That marriage lasted 2 years. And finally, his longest lasting relationship is with actress Alice Kim. They married in 2004. And she, in fact, we watched the movie Next in preparation for this. I don't know if you remember this, Chris, but do you remember Girl with Necklace?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I do.
Yeah.
For the magic show, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That was Alice Kim.
Interesting.
How crazy. And she was also the lead Gong Girl in Grindhouse. And those are her only credits.
That it felt like a very weird forced role, like looking back through my mind's eye.
Very much so.
You know what? I no longer like anybody with the name Kim anywhere in their name.
Oh, get him out of here.
Yeah.
I hate him. So they have a kid together. They're still together. And
Named
they have
Kim Cage.
No,
Kim.
No, you won't believe this. It is Kal-El.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
He named his kid Kal-El, the Kryptonian name for Superman. Kal-El Coppola Cage. He gave him the middle name Coppola as well. So that's kind of fun. So he really...
That's that's like the polar opposite of like giving like an extremely shitty name. That's like giving like a boy like a name like Duke. Like you are expected to be like actually I know a kid named Dash. Like you better hope
Dash.
that your kid is fucking fast. You've set that kid up for failure otherwise.
Dash ends up being a guy 400 pounds on the couch, just being like, why did you curse me with this name, Dad? Why did you curse me with this name?
I work in a pepper factory.
Dash of Pepper, I get it. You're a funny one.
Nah.
So he really likes Superman, clearly. Did you know he was going to be Superman at one point?
Yeah, I did hear that role was offered to him, and it was a pay or play contract. So they offered him $20 million to be in the Superman movie. I believe it was Superman Lives, directed by Tim Burton, which would have been, I can only imagine how hideous that would have been. It didn't make it past pre-production, but he still got $20 million for it.
And people have probably seen his mug, a picture of him.
I've seen
in
it a
the
few
super
times
suit.
in movies. What are we talking about?
I know, a picture of him in the Superman suit with super long hair.
I was about to say, I want to say, like, I don't know if I'm misremembering just like him in Con Air or if that was a real thing.
Oh, it was the same length. Yeah. He may have, that's the funny thing. He may have been shooting Con Air for all we know at the time. We don't know when this was supposed to come out or anything like that. We didn't look into it. I'm sure somebody knows.
Pretty sure he's shooting Con Heroin.
How much did he make for not being in it?
20 million.
Did you say? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
he didn't have to do anything. Like, I don't even think that he had to audition or anything. It was just kind of like a pre-signed thing.
I think I read something. He was like one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. At one point, he made like $40 million in 2000 and something. I don't remember what it was.
I want to say, like, I heard a stat, like 1996, his net worth was something like $170 million.
Yeah, I think
that's fairly good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's doing just fine, but we'll get into what he did with that money later. Do you want to talk, including buying some very interesting comic books?
I don't want to talk about anything. I only want to make Nick Cage faces and references.
Yeah. No, do you want to talk about the movies that we watched? That is including Nicolas Cage in the conversation still.
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right. So
I remember going into this, we had kind of pulled out of our memories like how we felt about some of the movies, and I had put Face Off and I think The Rock as like pretty decent movies. Now I didn't watch The Rock.
Okay.
What I did watch was Face Off.
Yeah.
And Next. So Next we already kind of started talking about. It's oh man, how to even describe it? Like, honestly, when you're watching it, it's not that bad. It's pretty much exactly what you expect, except that Nicolas Cage is I don't know, psychic. He can see 2 minutes into the future at any time.
He can see the result of what's going to happen. I don't know if he can see the full 2 minutes or just the result of it. It's the rules are so confusing, especially near the end of it where he expands his powers and then he starts splitting up into the different options. That tripped me out.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell was going on there.
There's some parts of it that are kind of they're kind of good. Like when he's in the casino, he foils like a shooting with his powers, and then he knows that security is after him, and constantly foreseeing all the different outcomes. He very carefully, and it's shot pretty well. He walks through the casino and like perfectly avoids every security guard and pit boss that is like looking for him, and like the guys on the mic, like, he's right behind you. What the fuck are you guys doing? And he's like walking right between them right when they're not looking. I don't know. I thought that part was pretty entertaining.
I really liked that sequence. And I also kind of enjoyed when they would sort of fake you out on the fact that what you had just seen was what he saw. You know, like in the diner, how he keeps getting shot down by the girl and keeps trying to figure that out. I think whenever they were using cinema to show how it was going to play out, it was kind of cool. But like some of the action stuff was just was just standard fare, really, for one of those blockbuster movies.
I'd call it unfair. I learned to slowly not trust the movie because it's just showing me a bunch of lies. By the end of it, I'm questioning myself.
Well, the whole movie was a lie.
Yeah. Did I even watch that movie?
No, it ended up being a lie. He just wakes up back in the bed like at minute 30 or whatever.
I feel like that is the part that ruins the movie. That's like, I don't know, like any movie or any game that you play and it's like, oh, it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Yeah, no, exactly.
Stupid.
I mean, screw you, Bob Newhart. Didn't that happen in the Bob Newhart show? I don't know.
Definitely. I watched that show. I don't even know what that is. It sounds black and white.
I think I'm right. But yeah, so I mean that movie was fine. Unfortunately,
really, that's the way you describe it.
Honestly, yeah. Like it. Everybody was a bit over the top except for Cage.
That is fucking
true. That
was
was so disappoing to me. He didn't have
who was
like
the love interest. It was Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel, and his sort of nemesis slash ally was Julianne Moore, which Julianne Moore was playing it to. She was hitting for the fences and playing the most arch semi-villain that I've ever seen. It's just like, I know you don't trust me, but if you want to save the world, you're going to go with us.
She's,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. She's
a great actress, though, in a lot of other stuff.
She's awful in that. I was disappointed that they kill like my favorite, like, unheard, like I don't know his name, actor, who is the pit boss that they first like pull aside and bring into their truck, and then all of a sudden like the Russian mafia shows up and like whacks that guy.
You could tell that it was the.
And I say whack because, like, first of all, if you're a mafia, if you kill anybody, you have to say whack. But also, they shot him in the knees before they actually killed him, didn't they?
Right? They didn't even
they didn't. That's just a waste of bullets.
They didn't shoot his knees and then say, "Tell us what you know." They shot his knees and then slit his throat. It didn't make any sense. It was like putting on a signature. But honestly, I could tell when they were talking to the pit boss that it was going to be sort of a middling movie when people kept mispronouncing his name. And I was like, oh, this writer thinks he's real clever.
Yeah.
The writer
he's real
absolutely
clever.
Thinks he's clever.
They named him Frank Cadillac because he likes Frankensteins and Cadillacs.
Cadillacs. Those are my two favorite things.
Boy, what the fuck?
Oh my God. Also, fun fact, this is based on a Philip K. Dick novel or a short story, something like that.
And the K stands for Kim. I think that's all the time that Next deserves.
It honestly does. That was the first time I'd watched it, and I was like, yeah.
Let's talk about let's actually skip to Vampire's Kiss just real quick, and then we'll come back to Face Off because there's so many things to say about Face Off.
I think
I'm so excited.
I think honestly, Vampire's Kiss is one of the most over the top performances that I've ever seen from him, like consistently through the movie. Would you agree with that? Like, he has so many insane moments in it, rather than some movies where it's like Matchstick Men. He's sort of normal. He's sort of interacting. He has some decent scenes, and then he has like, you want me to take you outside and kick you till you piss blood? Like, I mean, that's
they misfiled it. How could you do that? You just put it in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y.
Z.
How hard is it? I've never
misfiled anything. I've never misfiled.
He makes some of the best faces in that movie.
I love when he has the fake girlfriend in that, and he's just like wandering around with her, and then invites her into the shower. My God, just like, so when he's running around town and like asking people to kill him with the big piece of wood, and then he gets the fake teeth. He's like, I'm a vampire. Where am I? Where am I?
It's like a student film. Like it's like they gave a student director just as much money as they wanted, but only a week to do it, and just like just tell this guy Nicolas Cage to do whatever the fuck you want. He'll do it. He'll act it really hard. The hardest you could act.
And he has this sort of weird affectation. He has this odd voice that he's put on.
I feel like he was going for an American Psycho kind of role.
Very much so. Yeah, it was analyzing what pressure and status does to you in New York, I guess, in the business world. What was his assistant's name?
Kim. I don't know. I really don't know what it is.
Something with an A. He kept yelling.
Oh, Alva!
Alva! Oh,
there you are.
And we'll wait for it until later, but that's where one of the memes comes from, isn't it?
The best meme, probably.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
indeed.
We could talk very briefly about Deadfall, where he basically like plays the most drunken of his selves that he has,
and again a con man magician. Somewhat.
Oh, I didn't realize he was a magician.
Well, he in the beginning he has like magical tricks when he's meeting the nephew or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, if I get a high card, I'll give you I'll tell you who I am. If I get a low card, whatever, blah blah blah." My God,
indeed. It's it's. I don't even know how to describe it. And actually, I keep getting this mixed up with Vampire's Kiss, because like the acting is like so fucking extreme, where it like doesn't commit to being like scary at times like American Psycho, but it is definitely that weird.
Yes,
it's just the weird. It just like grabs the middle of American Psycho.
Well, and
it puts him in a different character.
And he does this a little bit in Face Off, but his go-to thing is like being crazy, then laughing, then breaking down, and then laughing or screaming again.
Yeah, like and he has like little barks also that he does.
Emotions.
Honestly, it's very like he finds out his girlfriend's cheating on him, and she pulls a gun on him. So he just goes in the other room, and he jumps on the bed. He hump punches the bed. And he's just all barking because he's throwing a fucking fit.
At one point, he almost throws up because he's like, you betrayed me. I don't know, man. I don't know where he gets this. It's just pure, just id. He's just freaking out every time.
He's just opening the cage. That's all that he's doing and letting it out.
Ooh, I like that.
Also, in Vampire's Kiss, he eats a cockroach. He really does eat a cockroach for that scene.
Did he really?
Yeah, and they took 3 takes.
Oh, and they probably used the first one.
Yeah,
Assholes.
All right, let's fucking get to it.
Oh,
I'm so excited. All that other shit that we've been talking about before this doesn't matter. You should have fast forwarded to right now, minute 47. That's a guess. Conservative. Yeah. Face Off. Go right now. Face Off.
Oh my God.
So I remembered this.
Hallelujah.
I had remembered this as being a good movie in my mind. Like it was good 90s action. holy shit, this is the thing that broke the bank for 90s action. There is so many tropey things, and as
jumping around with golden guns.
Oh my god! Like, as I'm watching it, like I'm remembering each of like not only like actors that are in it and being pleasantly surprised, but also the director. I forgot that it was a John Woo film, and
hell yeah,
shit.
Hell yeah! All of the doves,
explosive, all the faces, all over the place. Off, just take them all off.
Off. Oh my god. I love this movie because Nicolas Cage gets to be the good guy and the bad guy. He gets to just like do all of the action and be mentally unstable at the same time.
I feel bad for John Travolta because the acting direction was, okay, we want you to act like Nick Cage, trying to act like you, trying to act like a straight guy married to this old lady, trying to be... Now I even forget who, but
Joan Allen is a national treasure.
Holy shit! Where to fucking start with this?
First of all, I want to start. I watched the trailer. It's amazing. It's nothing from the movie. It's him. It's Nicolas
actually
Cage.
All Jurassic Park.
No,
it's together very tastefully.
Nicolas Cage is like sitting in a room and he's describing who Castor Troy is, and then it zooms around the back of his face and he's like, and the only way to beat him, and then it comes around and it's Nicolas Cage now, and then it's still John Travolta's voice and is to become him, and it's so brilliant.
Dynamite.
And like the pseudoscience behind this whole movie is mind-boggling.
I feel like every scene is a crescendo of the previous scene. It's just, it keeps like ramping up so fucking hard, and it is Nick Cage at his most Nick Cageiest.
I mean,
like from the very beginning of him telling some girl to suck his tongue, and then shooting her, and then pushing her out of a moving plane so she gets run over by the plane.
A Humvee versus jet chase, for God's sake. Like, that's how it starts.
Yes. Jet and Humvee. And then
it's like a video game, because he gets out of the Humvee and then steals the helicopter from the guy. Well, not steals, but he like, get out. I'm going to be...
I don't know how he catches up to a plane which never takes off, by the way. It's only going however fast a plane needs to go to get off the ground. 200 miles an hour. 88?
Yeah.
Is it
no,
really?
I'm kidding. No, 88 is Back to the Future.
Soundtrack of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fucking nonstop thrill. Any critics pre-release ratings that they gave it, nonstop thrill ride, #1 movie in America, it's true. All of it is fucking true.
Yeah it really is. I mean, because it just keeps on going, and it's not even bogged down by, say, story or anything like that. It's got a pretty simple story.
It's a fairly simple story, and it's absolutely asinine that that John Travolta wants to catch Nicolas Cage so bad, so much so that they do arrest him, and he's in a coma. And I don't know why the need is so. Oh, that's right, because there's a bomb.
So it's going to be on the 18th or whatever.
Nick Cage, set a bomb to go off in like 30 days or something stupid like that.
It was 246 hours. Yeah. It, like, at the beginning, I was like, why would you set a bomb for 246 hours?
Yeah.
What are you even doing?
I don't know, but then he goes and sings Hallelujah and grabs some choir girl's ass and,
oh my God,
and dances away.
Yep.
It's like Nick Cage completely unleashed.
Unhinged. I mean, I feel like John Woo probably wanted to work with him for that very reason. He was like, you know what? I can't do a Batman movie, and they already did the Joker. So Nicolas Cage is the Joker, but in John Woo's universe, basically. I mean, and honestly, wouldn't you say that John Travolta in that position is essentially Batman? He's obsessed with him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he kind of is. It's still asinine that he switches faces with them. But by the way,
Yeah.
The most special effects used in that movie is the faces being taken off, which apparently all you got to do is cut around the face, and that whole thing kind of just fucking
peels
slides right off.
Just peels off.
Which apparently is maybe somewhat true.
I don't think so.
No,
I really, I have no idea. At this point in time, it might be more possible, but in 96, 97, whenever this came out, no, absolutely not.
No.
I do like that they were 3D printing an ear for the other dude.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we'll just 3D print this shit.
Sure.
Yeah, we have that technology. All right, so we got to kind of move this along.
Yeah, I guess.
So, best tropes. I like the guitar riff. Like the constant. And also the needless doves and flips that are in this, like especially in gunfight scenes.
And so much slow-mo flips, slow-mo doves, everything.
Also Gina Gershon.
Yeah, Gina Gershon and Hyde from that 70s show.
Yes.
Which is weirdly timely, sadly. Is
he dead?
No. But yeah, Gina Gershon is fantastic.
Is she?
No. But she's probably better than she was in Striptease? Nope.
Yes.
What is it? Showgirls.
Showgirls, that's what it is.
Showgirls.
Yeah. I got very excited, mistakenly, because I'm bad with faces. I was like, "Oh, Ava Mendes is in this." Oh no, it's Gina Gershon.
I think she was about a teenager at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. What also a couple of like really small the black woman who tells him that he is going on this assignment.
Is that woman like CCH Pounder?
CCH Pounder,
yeah.
And I absolutely love her, and I love her name.
She's great in The Shield.
Hell yeah. But yeah, a bunch of great people in it. A bunch of fun.
What do you think CCH stands for?
Christine Clement Helen.
Crazy cop. Hook and Pounder. I don't know.
Yeah, all of that. We didn't look that up because
Kim is one of the C's, I'm pretty sure.
Because it's not about her. God damn it! It's about a boat chase after a shootout.
Dude, there are so many expendable cops in this movie. It's fucking crazy.
I could not believe. I didn't remember that he shot, like when they're driving the boats toward the Port Authority.
Yeah.
That he just wastes every single one.
And then he uses their boat as a boat ramp.
No, but the greatest part is when Nicolas Cage is like jumping onto the other boat, John Travolta's boat, and then he gets thrown around like a rag doll. He grabs onto a chain and is like water skiing on his loafers.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's only marginally better than John Travolta fucking his own wife as somebody else.
Yeah.
And nope, forgot the other thing.
Well, the other thing was incredible.
Yes. Shit. God damn it. Well, we drink when we do this podcast. That shit will happen.
I love also. I think it's got to be mentioned is the what is that song that they're making the kids listen to? What a Wonderful World. In the middle,
is it?
Like they make him listen to some song, or Over the Rainbow maybe. But whatever it was, during that huge shootout in the middle of that beautiful new LA apartment, that loft apartment. My God, I want that. But yeah, it's not a John Woo movie unless you can put like some oddly dissonant song to a shootout, like an incredibly violent shootout.
Yeah. Amazing Grace or some shit like that.
Right. Yeah,
this is the only movie that I know that after the true like climax of the movie, it still gets better and is a clap fest. Where For whatever reason, John Travolta's family is at home while he's getting out of the hospital, and
Didn't
so
go
there's
to
like
pick him up.
there's like heavenly light and fog happening when he like walks up and opens the door, and everybody runs and gives him a hug, and he's like, oh. But wait, there's more. I brought more home for my family. It's our replacement son, which is Nicolas Cage's illegitimate child with fake Eva Mendes. Yeah.
And I loved that because I was like, oh, thank God, none of us will have to get over anything.
I was like, this is the best 90s ending to anything ever.
Oh, no worry. Fuck you, Michael. We got Adam now.
That's like Dr. Grant flying off of Jurassic Park Island after like all the shit goes to hell, and he took all the like baby raptors that survived, and he's going to adopt them and raise them himself and teach them how to fly.
You're on the Jurassic Park today, aren't you?
Next time on Out of Memory.
Why not?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
There's still so much to go.
Margaret Cho.
Is she in that?
She's one of the FBI agents.
Is she Necklace Girl?
No, that's wrong movie. No, she's the one. She's one of John Travolta's like people in the office. There's that young looking. I can't even remember. There's a couple of like famous people in.
And he slams a door in her face a couple of times.
Yeah.
Also,
I think so.
that face thing that John Travolta does, it's supposed to be like, oh, like night where he drags his like horrible hand over their face, and sometimes like catches their bottom lip and pulls it a little. It's terrifying.
That is such a bad.
This is how you know it's me. You know it's me, Michael.
Hey,
Michael,
it's me.
Michael.
Hey, yo.
Alba.
But we gotta focus on Nicolas Cage because that's what this is about. What about his drug trip out scene? The face off scene.
That is its signature, because then everybody in the apartment, all on drugs, also are doing the same thing. They're like face off.
I mean, but to be fair, I've been in rooms of people that are all on drugs, and they do usually all repeat the same thing over and over again because they're like, oh my God, that is so funny. Face off. Face off. I get it, man. That's so funny. But yeah. Oh my God. Where? Oh, and that, at the end of the scene, when he's looking in the mirror, that's when another one of the memes comes from, right? The one where he turns back.
Yeah. It's always when he's got that weird like look to the side, and his like eyes are way down low. Yeah, the buggiest of eyes. Oh man, how to proceed, man? There's so much like fucking shit here. Like some of this is gonna have to just go to part 2 of Nick Cage.
I guess so. Do we talk about how he spent his money? Or
yeah, let's hit some of the just only the craziest.
Sure.
Shit.
Okay, yes. I got a quick list of them. I don't know if he owns these anymore because he's gone through some really hard times right now. Apparently, he's still worth. Right? He went through bankruptcy. He's like suing his financial advisor or manager or something like that, and the guy was like, "I told him stop spending money." I don't know why he's Bernie Sanders, but so I don't know if he. I don't know if he owns any of this. Wars. I don't know if he owns any of this anymore, but I'll list off what he's owned during the time. 2 Bahamian islands, 2 European castles, a famous New Orleans haunted house.
Oh, shit. Yes, I did hear
approximately
that
15 estate homes across the world, a private Gulfstream jet, 4 luxury yachts, exotic cars and motorcycles. One of the cars includes a $450,000 Lamborghini that he bought from the late Shah of Iran. Just, that's fun.
Yes.
A dinosaur skull that he outbid Leonardo DiCaprio for.
No fucking way.
Yes, he spent like $276,000.
And the dinosaur skull goes to Nicolas Cage.
Damn you.
Not Leonardo DiCaprio.
And apparently he found out that it was stolen, and he's since returned it to the Mongolian authorities. So that's neat.
That's what I have heard about him, though, is that
he is apparently so giving.
He's generous. Yeah, he's very generous. Even when he sued Kathleen Turner, who wrote, I think it was autobiography, stated in there that Nicolas Cage one time got really drunk and stole her Chihuahua, which I don't think anybody would maybe like take as like, oh, that he definitely wouldn't do that. No, we believe that possibly could have happened.
Absolutely. He was
But
getting ready
apparently
for a role.
that was found to be through the courts untrue. So he sued her for libel, but made her pay to charities, not to him.
Oh, wow. Well, he donated, I think $1 million to the Katrina relief,
and $250,000 to some thief who stole a dinosaur skull.
Well, good for him. Good for him. A couple more things. A pyramid tombstone.
Yes.
So that's awesome. I got to look. Wait.
It's 9 feet
pyramid
tall.
Tombstone. It's 9 feet tall. It says Omni ab uno, means everything from one.
That means I have the last card. Everybody better put their shit down. No reverses, no skips.
I think it's also a clue to the next National Treasure.
It is. Dude, that's amazing.
Oh my God. We got to watch both of those movies sometime.
Nicolas Cage, part 2, the good movies.
He's got an insane collection of comic books, but we'll talk more in depth about that probably next episode that we do of Cage 2. And he's got a bunch of exotic animals, rare art, and high-end jewelry. So he's spent millions. I would go through the amounts that he's spent, but you were saying that he was probably at the height of his career 150 170 million or something like that.
Who the fuck
He
knows?
apparently
I don't even know how estimations like that work.
I know, right? What's 20 million? But he's worth currently 25 million, and he's still taking any job that he can to pay off his IRS debts.
Damn.
So that's fun.
That's I can only imagine what you have to pay the IRS per year when you're worth 170 million. He's also had some like really extreme pets. He's an octopus, some king cobras.
Yeah. He also has the anti-venom on the wall.
No, he doesn't. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I hope it's in the like the CO2 like powered like injection where it like gets the fuck in there like in the movies. I want to see that in hospitals. Why can't I have that? You know, the one that's like, and then you're high or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like something that Batman would have for a cure.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Anti-shark venom or anti-whatever
scarecrow
venom.
bullshit.
Right, exactly. Yes. I think he also has a crocodile and a shark and an octopus. Well, you said the octopus.
It's worth mentioning twice. He buys these things, though, so he can learn how to act from them.
Wait,
he says.
what? Are you serious?
I've heard that specifically about the
brilliant.
octopus, but he studies it to move like that, make his face change colors.
That's where he gets his dead-eyed stare from the shark. All right. I think shall we wrap things up?
I think it needs to be wrapped up.
Oh my God, this was an absolute pleasure to do this. This look back on the Cage. Shall we finish with our favorite Nicolas Cage quote in his voice, perhaps?
Yeah. Okay, sure. I want to take his face off.
How in the name of Zeus's butthole did you get out of your cell?
That's pretty good. You have the worst job in the world, and you need to keep doing it forever.
Oh, the Beatles. Cool. Well, those were fun to do. Any me.
Yep.
What do you think?
Let's go to memes.
Let's go to memes.
Let's talk about these memes real quick.
Yeah,
it's worth noting. So Nicolas Cage, I want to say I've seen more memes of him than anybody else. Not that he has the top, like even within 50 memes, but like the "you don't say" meme is brilliant.
Oh, you don't say.
Taken from Vampire Diaries. No, was it Vampire something?
Vampire's Kiss.
Vampire
Kim. But he doesn't say that anywhere in that scene, does he?
He doesn't, but the face that he makes is so fucking crazy, and it just, I don't know, it works. There's also there's all these memes of Nick Cage as everybody. I've seen him as Yoda, as
Mona Lisa,
sure. Donald Trump, Ellen DeGeneres. The most impressive thing that I found, though, was something called caging, where to prank somebody either when they're away or fall asleep is to either cover them or their workplace or someplace they frequent with Nicolas Cage faces, like ice cubes. You just freeze a bunch of Nicolas Cage faces. Or I saw a printed Nicolas Cage blanket they put over some guy who passed out at a party.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's amazing.
I just want that. I just want to have that.
I have to imagine it's his fault for having such amazing faces. Let's just say
he does. I mean, he's got. He really is a perfect caricature almost for action movies and just crazy, fun, stupid movies. I think because you're not necessarily, you're almost looking for a cartoon of a human in those movies sometimes, and you're like,
it is true.
I really want. Let's have somebody take it all the way.
I heard that one of his biggest regrets was turning down the role of Shrek. Because he said initially he didn't want to be in a cartoon, and then, I mean, probably after having kids, regretted it, and that's probably why he took the role in The Croods. In The Croods, exactly.
Yeah. And he did. Those are not bad movies. I think we talked about that in the first segment, and those are. I think the sequel is coming out sometime soon.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, I think so. So he's
cool. He's consistently working. I would love to see somebody take a chance on him again. No, I would love to see somebody take a chance on him again in the vein of Adaptation or Leaving Las Vegas, which I will confirm that he did win an Academy Award for. I want to see him in a higher stakes thing. I don't want to see him in another season of The Witch or Wicker Man or something like that. Yeah. The bees!
Can we all get a GoFundMe together so he can stop doing the awful things and start doing good things again? He was considered to be good at some point. Yeah. Like he was sexually desired by people. He was sought after. They gave him $20 million for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And let me just say, to his credit, I find his voice soothing. I know that's weird. I know it is, but I do. I think he's got a good voice.
I agree. In fact, Con Air, when he's trying to do that Southern accent, is fine with me. Other accents he does is a little more grating, like the Vampire's Kiss one, but I think that's supposed to be. But no, I agree. He's got a damn good voice. He should do more voiceover, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't take any jobs from me. All right. Yeah. So shall we say at least
what are we scoring?
I don't know. Do we like, I mean, clearly we're fans of Cage. Does this stay in our memory? Has this man produced some amazing stuff? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It feels different, though, looking at it from this angle.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, I wouldn't take him...
It's not exactly an angle of respect like it might have been through rose-colored glasses.
True.
Maybe it's different respect. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's
I would say is...
just like his faces. Can you describe any of his faces?
I would say shocked. No, that's too simple. Awed. He's always in awe he is in a movie.
All right, well, let's be true to the format. Let's score this, our memories of him as compared to how we see him now.
Absolutely. Do you want to go first?
No.
Okay, I'll go first then. I would say that I actually have some of the best memories of some of his mid-90s movies. And even though he is a bit of a joke now, I wouldn't take him out of my memory.
Fair.
Sticking with the format, so I give him I'll give him 6.5 B's.
Oh, my eyes! Oh God, my eyes!
They're in my mouth.
Not the bees!
Not the bees. Bees?
Not the beads! He was not on board.
Memes. Two memes.
Yeah. All right, so I
you?
give Nick. If I'm being honest, I'm giving Nick Cage. I'm gonna give him 6 out of 10 faces off.
Okay.
He just so you got to take into account all the crazy that I know now compared to just the pure I don't know, starstruckedness of a young teenager watching these movies in the 90s. So yeah, his profile in my mind has gone down, but also up a little, like just knowing like who he is on, on the real life side.
Yeah. He's a decent human being that has a bit of an impulse control when it comes to 50 cars.
God, I can't wait to do more. I want to do episode number 2 of this.
Yeah.
I kind of don't. I was thinking like, oh well, we've watched bad movies, Nicolas Cage. Let's watch the good movies. First of all, I don't know if this exists. And second of all, I don't know if I want to. I had so much fun doing like the movies that are not good.
Let's see another Gonzo fucking crazy episode. Absolutely. We'll be back again sometime soon.
With our next episode.
With our next episode. Chris, what are we tackling next episode?
Next episode is Jurassic Park 6, Attack of the Kim.
And ecto coolers. Do you remember High C? Now it's real slime.
Where does that come from?
Go slime.
From that nipple monster from was that The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi? Yes.
That Luke goes and milks. It's fucking disgusting.
And also, we'll look into Madonna's book called Sex. I wonder what's in there.
Is that a real book?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
From the 90s. Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great. You read it?
Nope.
No.
Excerpts.
Yep.
But we'll go into it next time. Hey, everybody. If you like this episode, click like and I don't know.
Join us on Instagram, Face Mimi. I don't know social medias. So you're gonna take us to this.
We'll do the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, all at Out of Memory Pod. You can email us any question, comments.
ABCDEFGHIJKL
at gmail.com.
UVWXY.
See.
Thank you for joining us on Out of Memory on this very special celebrity episode featuring Nicolas Cage, our hero, our inspiration.
He was our best guest yet. Don't tell girl on couch that. Did she just glare at me? Oh, she's glaring at me.
She doesn't understand. She does not understand.
Just doesn't get it.
All right. Good night, or evening, or day, or space year. Bye.
And thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Bees everywhere. I can't believe that we thought that we were going to do 3 celebrities. There's no fucking way.
Oh, that was lucky.
I could eat a peach for hours. Stopping the recording? Yeah, let's stop that recording.